Riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and the first video of 2023. I haven't done a YouTube video in a little bit and figured I'd give you guys a little bit of the start off to the year with a comparison between these two helmets that I have here from Troy Lee Designs. Now initially I was going to give you guys an unboxing video of this new helmet that I have here, which is their D3 Composite helmet, but instead I'm going to give you guys a comparison video starting out with the stage helmet that I have here, which is what I started out with when I started doing more of the BMX riding that I was doing and training at my local track. Well, now that I'm doing a lot more racing, I've got something with a little bit more protection and a little bit more comfort as well with the D4 Composite helmet. Troy Lee Designs over the years has been known for having helmets in the motocross community, and of course they've gotten a little bit more involved with the mountain biking community. A lot of the downhill guys really like them, the enduro guys like them, and of course they've got a pretty good presence within the BMX community as well. So that's why I'm giving you this video. Hopefully it'll help you guys out a little bit with selecting your own helmet, and maybe even if you're just looking for an upgrade in general. Now the stage helmet here has an outer plastic shell to it. It's a little bit like what you would see with a lot of open face helmets. So any of you trail guys out there that are used to wearing those, this would essentially be a pretty good upgrade from that, because you also have this chin bar support here in the front. Now with the plastic outer shell, the inner parts of the helmet actually have what's called expanded polystyrene foam, which is your impact foam that's inside the helmet. It's essentially like a really dense styrofoam material. It's good for impacts and to keep you well protected. Now it also has the MIPS technology to it. Some people call it MIPS. It actually stands for Multiple Impact Protection System, or Multi-Directional Impact Protection System. Now what that means is that this inner liner that's right here that sits between the EPS foam and the kind of the padded foam pads that are inside the helmet that help give you the comfort, it actually helps against rotational forces in a multiple impact situation. What that also translates to, and what it all kind of comes down to, is that you're a little bit better protected and you have a reduced capacity of having any kind of a concussion, or maybe even worse if you have a really bad fall. It's something that a lot of the helmet companies are starting to get more in tune with, because it's becoming more and more of the norm. So if you're looking for just a new helmet in general, it's something to maybe look into if you're not just looking at Troy Lee Designs, but some of the other manufacturers that are on the market. Now within this here, you've got these foam pads here that help give you a little bit more protection as well. It's where a lot of your comfort comes from. And of course with Troy Lee Designs, you can pop these out and you can interchange them and give you a little bit more of a better fit within your head. I actually had to do that myself, because this is actually a double XL helmet, but because of the way that my head's shaped, I had to kind of fine tune the helmet a little bit to better fit my face. Now the chin strap on this is kind of unique with the stage line of helmets. It actually has kind of this magnetic clip here that just sort of clips on and off. Actually makes it pretty easy to get the helmet on and off. And of course the strap is adjustable. And it's really nice when you're wearing gloves to make this just a simple kind of click on, click off kind of feature. Kind of a unique feature for the stage helmet itself. Now the sun visor that's here has got a simple adjustable kind of thumb screw on it that's here at the top. And you can of course make your adjustments up and down with the sun visor. And what's nice about this is that the sun visor actually has sort of a breakaway feature to it. So if you do have a bad fall, the sun visor will kind of break off and your head won't get stuck in one single position in a bad fall situation. It actually kind of translates to added protection with this sort of a feature, and helps you from keeping your head locked in place or any kind of bad thing that may happen there with that situation. Now the front of the helmet has a really good eye port on it. You can actually use just about any brand of goggle with this helmet. I use the 100% goggles or the 100% brand goggle, and it fits into the eye port really well. And of course the front of the helmet has a lot of good frontal ports to it, or front air ports I guess you could say, which gives really good airflow through the helmet. And of course you've got some ports out of the back here that lets the air just flow right through it. And one of the key features that this does is it allows you to have a really good helmet and decent protection. And with the airflow that comes through the helmet, you're a little bit more better cooled off versus a helmet that doesn't have as much cooling going through it. On a hot day in Southern California, it's really nice to have this sort of feature. And I had this helmet for the last year. It actually worked out really well for me. It's of course from Troy Lee Designs. It's got their cool graphics on it, which really stands out when you're up on the gate, or if you're just looking for a new helmet to be able to go out and go trail riding with. If you're doing maybe a little bit of downhill riding, this might not be a bad way to go. You can kind of see how the graphics just kind of wrap around the helmet. Just a really good looking piece of equipment. Now the D4 Composite helmet that's here is what I've recently upgraded to. And it's actually something that the guys there at the Troy Lee retail facility there in Laguna Beach suggested, because they saw I was doing more BMX racing and being a little bit more aggressive with my riding. And this just offers a little bit more protection. Now the outer casing on this helmet is actually a composite material, so it's a little bit more durable than the plastic material that's on the stage helmet. And of course with that you've got what's called expanded polypropylene foam, which is your impact liner that's inside the helmet. Now EPP foam is a little bit more of a denser material than the EPS foam that's on the stage helmet. What's nice about this is it actually has a feature to where if it does take a bad impact, it can sometimes come back to shape. Whereas with EPS foam, if you have a bad impact, typically what happens is that the material breaks down and the helmet's a throwaway at that point. You're not able to continue to use it. So it's kind of a nicer feature for a helmet that's on this caliber of, I guess, price level, so to speak. Now you also have the foam liners that are inside here as well, just like you do with the stage helmet. They're removable, so you can kind of fine tune the helmet to fit you a little bit better. And it's got that MIPS technology inside it, which I don't know if you can see it in the video here on this helmet as well. Hopefully the lighting, you guys can see it. But that yellow liner that sits between the EPP foam and the foam padding that's here for your kind of comfort level is essentially that MIPS technology. So it's definitely something to look into. As I mentioned with the stage helmet, it's kind of a unique feature to what Troy Lee Designs offers in their helmets. Now the sun visor has the same sort of thumb screw to it, which allows for that adjustment, so you can kind of put it up or down. And of course it's got this good eye port here, so pretty much any branded goggle, just like with the stage helmet, will fit right inside here and won't give you too much discomfort or any kind of issues making it fit. It's got really good cooling vents in it as well, so you've got a lot of good air intake coming out. You've got a lot of, I guess, vents on the back as well, so that air can flow right through and come out the back and keep it cooled off, which, like I said with the stage helmet, on days when you're out riding or you're doing a lot of laps like I do when I'm practicing, it's nice to have something with a lot of airflow going through it to kind of keep you cooled off. You're not constantly taking the helmet on and off. Now the strap on this is adjustable just like you have with the stage helmet, but it's got sort of a D-ring set up here. Now this is sort of the same technology that you'll find in a lot of their motocross helmets, and it's the same thing that I have on a lot of the helmets I use when I go auto racing or kart racing. This D-ring setup here is a little bit more of a stronger hold on the helmet, and of course it's going to keep the helmet on your head when you're wearing it and you get in a situation where potentially you have a tumble. It's going to give you just a stronger hold to you and give you a little bit more better protection. Now the foam padding that's in this is actually really comfortable on this D4 helmet. Now this being the composite helmet, they also have a carbon composite helmet as well. Now the weight difference between the composite and a carbon composite isn't very much. The carbon composite helmet, of course, costs a little bit more, so if you're a little bit more price conscientious, the carbon composite helmet might be a little bit more out of your price range compared to the just regular composite helmet that I have here. Of course, it's got the cool Troy Lee design graphics that are all over it, something that really stands out, something that I really dig. Kind of goes with the color scheme that I go with when I ride, because I wear a lot of black, red, and a little bit of gray, a little bit of orange. To me, it's just a cool looking helmet. Now the weight between these two helmets are a little bit significant. The stage helmet does weigh about 1.25 pounds, so to speak. This weighs just about 2 pounds and maybe a couple of ounces. It's actually not too big of a difference on my head. A couple of laps around the track, and it didn't really affect me too much with my riding, and I was able to kind of keep my head still up and not really have too many issues with too much weight on my neck. So it's something where it may take you a little bit of getting used to, but it's not that bad. It's something that anybody can really pick up pretty quickly. And as I mentioned before, both of these helmets are double XL helmets, so you can see with the sizing of them, it's really interesting that this is a double XL, but the size of it's a little bit smaller compared to the double XL with the D4 helmet. And that just means you've got a little bit more padding inside the D4. That adds to the comfort level when you're wearing this helmet, which is a really nice feature. And something else that's inside the D4 that's really cool is you've got these ports right here that, if you can see it, you can actually stick a Bluetooth speaker inside this helmet. So if you're out doing some trail riding or some downhill days, you can set that up so you can have a little bit of audio while you're cruising around and having fun. It may not necessarily be something you want when you're at the BMX track, but it's a unique feature that's key to the D4 helmet that some people would probably pretty much dig. And that's pretty much it between these two helmets. There's not very much to them. Of course, price point on both of these is going to all be comparative to your local bike shop, or you can always go up to the guys there in Laguna Beach if you're local to Southern California and check out Troy Lee Designs retail facility. They've got a cool little shop there in Laguna. They helped me out when I was picking up this helmet. I got this one here from a local bike stop or a local bike store here in San Diego. So either way, you want to kind of check out your own local facility if you're looking for a new helmet or just an upgrade to your own equipment. So for now, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you go down there and like, share, and subscribe to the video. Do what you can to put this out there to help me out. I'm going to have some links in the bottom of this video, or at least in the description of this video, for Troy Lee Designs and both of these helmets for you guys to check out. And of course, there's a bunch of different colorways for both of these helmets as well. So if you don't like what you see here, they may have something that's a little bit more in tune with what you prefer. So for now, this is Brad with Lucky 7 Racing. Hopefully I'll see you guys at the racetrack. Bye.